A ball is launched from ground level at 20 meters per second and 37 degrees above the horizontal. What is its maximum height? So let's draw this situation. We have the ground, and then a ball is thrown at this angle 37 degrees with this initial velocity v is equal to 20, right, meters per second. So when will it reach its maximum height? Because we know that its path will be like this. Like it'll reach some maximum height and then it will fall back down. Well, it'll reach its maximum height, okay? It'll reach its maximum height when its vertical velocity, which is vy, is equal to 0. Right now, initially it has some vertical velocity because it has both a horizontal and a vertical component to its velocity. But it will continue to go upward as long as it has a positive vertical velocity, right? But as soon as that hits 0, that will be its maximum peak, and then it'll start falling down, right? And the reason its velocity will decrease is because of the gravitational acceleration, or deceleration rather, since it's going to be pointing downward, right? It's negative. So the first thing that we need to do to solve this problem, okay, is to figure out what is the initial vertical velocity, okay? So the initial vertical velocity, v naught y, right? Because remember, there's this component of the velocity and then there's this component of the velocity. What we have is the net velocity. So how can we find, how can we find this component, vy? Well, we can multiply v, right? We can say that vy is equal to v, the hypotenuse, basically, times sine of the angle, right? So vy here is going to be 20 multiplied by the sine of 37 degrees, okay? But what is the sine of 37 degrees? This is not one we memorize, right? We do memorize the sine of 30, right, which is going to be 1/2. And we also memorize like the sine of 45, which is going to be the square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so it's got to be somewhere between there. And we can basically just say that this is maybe something like, I don't know, we'll say 0.6. Okay, so the sine of 37 is like 0.6 or 6 over 10. Okay, an estimation. So vy, therefore, is simply 20 times 6 over 10, and 20 divided by 10 is 2, times 6 is 12 meters per second. Okay, so we have that. And now we just got to figure out, okay, what is going to be the displacement, because that's what we need. We need to figure out what its maximum height is going to be. Well, actually, before we do that, we can actually just figure out how much time elapses until it reaches 0, because we know that the final velocity is equal to the initial velocity, which, by the way, is 12 meters per second in the y direction, minus, in this case, the acceleration, right, which is minus g times t. So if we solve for t,